Halfway through the season, week 9 coming up here. Let's start with a look at some of the best teams in the NFL right now, and maybe a few of the worst as well. We know the Commanders are on your best list.
Well, they are not quite, but they're knocking on the door. We're doing the best and the worst records in each conference. Craig, I know you like looking at this one because the only undefeated team in the NFL right now, the Kansas City Chiefs,
and they're not even playing their best football, Steve. Patrick Mahomes hasn't even shown up yet, Steve.
The game seemed closer than it should be, and yet they haven't lost one. They get the Buccaneers on Monday night. Bad year so far in Tennessee and in Carolina. Maybe the first draft pick could be on the line the rest of the year there. And the Lions, 6-1. They've played one fewer game than everybody else. Right behind them, the Packers, and you said it, Craig, the Commanders off that Hail Mary last week. The other great catch we saw this week.
All right, let's talk about NBC Sunday Night Football. Who do we have? We have the Indianapolis Colts facing off against the Minnesota Vikings. What can you tell us about that? An
interesting matchup here. Call that up on the screen. So the Colts are an interesting story. They're 4-4. Their quarterback, Anthony Richardson, has struggled, and they're not going to play him this week. They're not going to start him. Joe Flacco, remember that name? Long-time veteran. He's become a specialist in these spots. Last year, Cleveland brought him in late in the season. He led them to the playoffs. Now, can he turn the Colts around and lead them back to the playoffs, too? Could he pull it off 2 years in a row? And the Vikings, 2-game skid. Quarterback Sam Darnold, though, has been having a really good year. They're at home and want to get their season back on track here.
All right, we always love when you bring us some trivia. So what's your question this week?
All right, so we are looking at the Colts right there, the Indianapolis Colts. They were not always called the Indianapolis Colts. What? They won 2 Super Bowls, one of them in Indianapolis and the other as A. St. Louis. B. Baltimore, C. Cleveland.
I'm going B.
I was going to go St. Louis.
I would look at Chanel Jones nailing it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It is absolutely right. The Baltimore Colts. Powerhouse in the early days, moved to Indianapolis back in 1983. And, of course, Tony Dungy won one with the Colts later on.
You know, here's the thing I said to you before we started this segment. The fact that you've carved out time for us is pretty amazing, considering your Super Bowl actually happens on Tuesday. How is Steve Kornacki preparing for election night?
That's next week? I'm off next week. I thought it was the week after.
So it doesn't sound like you're preparing at all, Steve.
Well, I bet.
Will be.
Nah, it's a lot of spreadsheets, a lot of numbers, a lot of trying to memorize things. I say 99% of what I prepare for, I will never put on the air, but you don't know what that 1% is.
Well, we wanted to surprise you because we know you're in the thick of it, your 11th hour, with some of what we're told is Steve Kornacki's favorite snacks. Let's bring them out. We've got your care package here. Diet Coke and Nutter Butters.
I mean, that is the diet of champions right there.
Yeah.
Whatever gets you through.
Thank you, guys. These are dangerous. Yeah, but this is going to come in handy.
You feel so safe in your hands knowing that that's your nutrition. It's so perfect.
Before you get out of here, you want to take us through some of the early voting data coming out of the Blue Wall states?
Let's go into that.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Good luck.
Don't forget, folks, tune in Sunday night for Sunday Night Football. Colts versus Vikings. Dylan, you want to give us your code again?
Oh, no.
I would be pleased. Football Night in America coverage. Coverage starts 7 p.m. Eastern. Sunday night. Football Night in America.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.